Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about The Idiot's Lantern. The Idiot's Lantern is an episode of Doctor Who that first aired in 2006, and I'm going to be talking about it today because it ties in very nicely with Coronation that happened a few weeks ago now, and I thought that'd be a nice kind of little touch for us to do on my channel. So, what do I think of The Idiot's Lantern? I really enjoy The Idiot's Lantern because it takes that kind of form of TV taking over the world, media going everywhere, taking stuff over the world, and I think the Wire is the main villain, and the Wire is kind of like a metaphor for kind of like TV polluting your brains and stuff like that, which I think is an interesting concept. I wish we had more episodes like this. I wish they'd done it later on because obviously technology's become a bigger thing now. That would have been really cool to do it then. But it's really cool, the concept of the Wire taking things over and stuff like that. We begin the episode with Mr. Magpie just working along in his little shop, thinking about, oh, I've got no money and stuff like that. And then suddenly he sees this woman on the TV, and then suddenly she zaps him and she says, like, all hungry and things like that and stuff like that. So weird, if I'm completely honest. Absolutely love that concept. Really brilliant. Mr. Magpie's kind of like the sidekick to the villain kind of character. And then we cut to like the Connollys, and they're a family from 1953. You've got the dad, who is Eddie Connolly. He's a bit of a moron, really, if I'm completely honest. And then you have Tommy, and he just seems like kind and caring and all that kind of stuff. And then you have Rita, who is Rita Connolly, who is the mother, and so like Rita and Tommy seem very nice, and then Eddie Connolly just seems like an absolute idiot. He's just like bossing everyone around, thinking he's the big man, and yeah. But then after they get the TV, strange things start happening. So the TV arrives. Their Nan, she's constantly watching this TV. Her face is getting taken by that TV, and then suddenly she's locked up there, and Tommy wants her to go in there, but his dad's like, don't go in there, otherwise I'll just basically beat you up, basically. And then that kind of happens, which I think is a great kind of subplot between the son and obviously father, things like that. I think that really works well. Then after Eddie Connolly supposedly phones these like secret agents, which is really weird, they then take the Nan away, and obviously the 10th Doctor wants to help, so the Doctor and Rose, they arrive, and they basically try and help Grandma Connolly. This doesn't go as to planned, and then the 10th Doctor, gets punched in the face. That must have hurt a bit. And then they take her away, and then suddenly the 10th Doctor's there on his little moped thing, and he tries to find where they've taken her, and he just cuts to this little market stall, and it's really strange because it's like something out of like a James Bond film or like a Sherlock Holmes mystery. It's crazy, but it's a really good episode. Guarantee you check it out. I think it's on the BBC iPlayer, so check that out if you want to, or you can just buy the DVD. Very good DVD. Yeah, so that's very cool bit there, and obviously the 10th Doctor starts to figure out why they've kind of why they're taking them and stuff like that, which I think is a really nice little thing they do there. The start of the episode is pretty good because we see the Doctor and Rose, and they think they're arriving in 1950s New York to see Elvis, and obviously they're not. They're in 1953 England, really, so a bit of a departure, quite different. So they arrive there, and then obviously they find out all the mystery. Rose goes looking and trying to find Mr. Magpie because she spotted something weird about the TVs, which was a very cool concept that they did there. And yeah, I think that's rather cool. And she goes there and she tries to upfront, obviously Mr. Magpie, but Mr. Magpie is just saying, "Oh, shouldn't you be leaving?" and stuff like that. And then Rose is like, "No, I don't want to leave." And then the Wire feasts on Rose and takes her face and all that kind of stuff. And then she obviously gets taken away to the place where the Doctor is, with the Detective Inspector Bishop. I remember the surname, amazing. Yeah, so then the Doctor starts speaking to the detective inspectors and all of the other people, and then they try and hunt down Mr. Magpie in the morning, and they get Tommy as well to help as well. And this is where Mr. Connolly is outed, basically, for calling on all of these people to be taken away, which I thought was a very nice thing. And then that's when Rita chucks him out because of how idiotic he's been, really. And yeah, I think that's a nice kind of little character moment between them two as well. Very good. And Tommy's just a brilliant character in this overall. I think he's really great. He's like a one-off companion for this episode, but it would have been nice if we had had a companion from the past later on. I feel like that would have been really good to incorporate Tommy into the main TARDIS team. But they didn't do that, but they could have done. Yeah, so then Tommy, Detective Inspector Bishop, and the Doctor, they then go into Mr. Magpie's, and then Mr. Magpie says, "Oh, you brought it along yourselves," and then they get their face taken, basically. Detective Inspector Bishop gets his face taken away, but Tommy and the Doctor work on a plan to stop the Wire and obviously stop Mr. Magpie. And so they work on a way to kind of I don't really know, but how to trap the Wire, and they end up trapping the Wire on Betamax, which was done by basically Tommy, because he worked on how to do it and he saved the world, which is another great thing that they should have incorporated on a bit more and had him as a companion, in my personal opinion. But very good performance. I believe that kid was in EastEnders. I believe he was I believe like the boyfriend of Lucy Beale. I believe it's the same actor. But yeah, I just thought I might mention that. Another EastEnders kind of thing is that Mr. Connolly was Derek Branning in EastEnders. That's thought I might mention that as well. Back onto the main focus now. But I really do enjoy the episode. Very good story. Probably one of my favourite David Tennant episodes. It's definitely up there with like the Ood story, the 10th Planet and the Satan Pit. That's a very good story as well. Also Planet of the Ood. That's very good as well. But yeah. I love the scenes with Detective Inspector Bishop where he sees like portable television. His face just goes like that, and then colour television. He just goes mad. It's like it's crazy. But I really do enjoy that kind of reaction they have as well, particularly because of obviously the time period, 1953, and obviously it'll be 2006 when it aired, obviously. So, yeah, I really do enjoy that episode. Always loved it. Loved it ever since I was like, I don't know, really small. Absolutely loved it. Overall, what a brilliant episode. I really do enjoy the kind of thing about having TV eating people and consuming them. Yeah, I do love the ending as well. The ending's a very nice ending, kind of a nice somber, kind of calm ending. No end of the world situations like, oh, it's going to fall apart. Nice ending, like a nice, just relaxed ending, which I really do enjoy. The scores in it, the music as well, very nice by Murray Gold. Very nice. I believe it was Murray Gold who composed it. But yeah, I think it was. But I love the score, very nice towards the end. And how they have the nice street parties in the 1950s for the coronation. Absolutely lovely. I really did enjoy it. And the character moments between Tommy and Mr. Connolly afterwards, I thought was very nice, because a nice kind of touching thing, because like obviously father and son getting together and then kind of saying goodbye, I felt was very nice, and you kind of felt like you felt sorry for Mr. Connolly, which I don't think you're supposed to feel, but you felt it. I thought that was very good. I think that's because this era of Doctor Who is very good, very well written, and absolutely love it as well. And then obviously we see Obviously, the Doctor and Rose talked about how Tommy saved the world and how they wouldn't have been able to do it without him. But Rose is kind of not really in this episode as a whole, and that's why Tommy kind of stands as that replacement. But overall, I really enjoy this episode. I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Not very many people talk about it. Some people say it's a bit cringy with the feed me and stuff like that stuff. I guess it's a bit cringy, but I really do love this episode. It's just classic Doctor Who, really. You couldn't go wrong with this episode, and it was a nice tie-in for me to review this due to the coronation a few weeks ago. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the video soon enough. Bye for now.